Happy Saturday evening. Nope, Friday evening. Have you noticed that I do that a lot? Um, I just wanted to, Helen Parsons, gut health and weight loss coach. I'm late tonight, right? But I just did want to make sure that I came on and talked to you tonight. So tonight I want to talk about doctors for a few minutes. Please understand that I have the ultimate respect for most doctors. They have had, they go into being the medical field for very humanitarian reasons, and they really want to help people. But they are humans, and they are limited by their training. So this was a conversation I had tonight with some women. We were talking about, kind of what happens when you go into the doctor's office. You have a bunch of stuff that you want to say to the doctor. You want to tell the doctor exactly how you're feeling. You want to say this, this, and this. And you get in there, doctor says, "How are you doing?" You're like, "Fine, I'm fine." And you just be kind of afraid to speak up for yourself. So one thing we were talking about tonight is making a list. So I actually do a list right on the Notes app of my phone if I, am feeling like I really need to address those things. But, we have this doctor that's called a general practitioner, and they are supposed to kind of be a jack of all trades. But I think that we can expect an awful lot of these people. If you think about what a general practitioner has to do, a family doctor, they have to know an awful lot about a lot of things, right? And so we have specialists, right? Specialists that we go to for the thyroid, or gynecologists for the women, or there's like a gajillion specialists, right? And then that person is really limited to their specialty. So you wouldn't go see a cardiologist to have a pap smear. I mean, that's just ridiculous, right? And you wouldn't go to a psychiatrist for your thyroid medication. That's just not what they do. So they're all very specialized in their own field. So here's my point, in that they're limited in knowledge. And I'm not saying that I know more than doctors by any stretch of the imagination. What I am saying is that doctors, because of the training that they've had, they are trained to treat disease, which is a wonderful thing, and we absolutely need that. But there's not so much emphasis because, of the sheer number of people, and when people go to a doctor and things like that, there's not an emphasis in our society on prevention. Okay. We need to work on preventing the root cause of disease so that we can start preventing rather than just treating all of, these terrible diseases. So I think I want us to have a little bit of understanding that our doctors do not have a nutrition background, not like a nutrition coach or a nutritionist or dietitian. And these are people who specialize in nutrition. And then even then, they have their specialty areas. Like, there's a lot of things about nutrition that I don't know. I mean, I do research and I try to learn things, but I would never offer someone information on something that I don't know anything about, which is often the case with weight loss, where people "Oh yeah, you just need to eat less and move more." Or one of my doctors once said to me, try diet and exercise. What does that even mean? I got angry because I was like, well, what do you mean? I lead a pretty healthy lifestyle. Can you tell me what you mean? What does diet mean? What diet? And this went on and on. But that's what they're trained to say. Diet and exercise. Diet and exercise. There's no real plan. You need a plan. A plan that comes from somebody who knows your specific area, the area that you need. So my bottom line, I guess, is that we have to be realistic in our expectations of, if we go to the doctor and we want to talk about weight loss, they're probably going to say something like eat less and move more, diet and exercise. That's what they know. This is not their specialty. They can tell you an awful lot about your blood pressure, about your heart rate, about your lungs, like that. But, we have to realize that some people specialize in some things and other people don't. I don't know if this makes sense. I hope it does. If it does make sense, because I'm not trying to be critical at all of doctors. I love doctors. I'm just trying to give a little dose of understanding to their limitations and what they don't know. There's an awful lot that I don't know. There's an awful lot about an awful lot that I don't know. So I hope that message came across correctly and that it didn't come across as criticism, because that's not the way that I wanted it to. So if you watch this and you understand what I'm saying and that I'm not trying to be critical, I would appreciate it if you just dropped a got it or I understand in the comments. That would be really helpful to me. And have a wonderful weekend.